What's good? It's the ForrestFire Workspace live stream on Wednesday night. Technically Thursday, but it's not Thursday in California, which we're not in right now. But if we were, we'd be on time, or I would be on time. I say we like as if like Alyssa's like part of this like it's her responsibility or something. It's not. No, I apologize for these streams being so late recently. I had a couple friends come over and we were talking shop for a while. Why do I look like fucking high? I haven't smoked weed in like a while. I don't know why I look so stoned. But I'm not stoned, I'm actually sober. Yeah, I've had a few drinks, but it's not nothing too crazy. Sweet, we already got 11 viewers. What's good, McLovin? Master Builder? Woof Oof? Webhead said, I'm so sorry about the last live stream. Don't worry about it, bro. All is forgiven.
What happened?
Webhead was just, I don't know, I don't even remember. See, honestly, like the slate is clean. Like, all sins have been washed away, and we're ready to move forward with our lives. Don't even fucking fret. McLendon says, Forrest, you make it so hard to fall asleep. Dude, don't I know it. Thoughts on the Sonic movie trailer? I think we discussed this already. I think we've discussed this at great length. They're gonna redo the CGI, so I'm happy. Yo, I'm animating Forrest, so I have to go. Don't go. Just animate while I animate. We'll animate together, Master Builder. Webhead said, let's just say it got a little moist.
What?
You said what happened, and Webhead said, let's just say it got a little moist.
Oh.
I think Webhead was like spamming moist the whole time.
Yeah.
And then I was like, stop it. And he stopped. Anyway. Tell Alyssa she is a minion.
A minion?
You're a
what
minion.
are you talking about? A minion.
What you working on there, babe?
I'm making a sun.
Ooh. That's pretty.
Yeah.
It's gonna be dope.
Mm-hmm.
Good looks. Yeah, seriously, hee. So yeah, we're gonna be doing, I'm gonna pull up the old scripts real quick, because I actually don't even know what I'm doing tonight. I've been working on this video. It's okay. I've been working on this video for this band secret project. It's almost done. I've got like a few more shots to do on it.
Is it really a secret?
Oh yeah, it's a secret, big time secret. It's a video for the Lonely Island. That's as much as I'll say. I don't want to give away too many spoilers. Let's see. All right. Let's open up the old After Effects here. Like the king, or queen, like alien there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Open up the old Celtics.com. That's what I use to write my scripts. If you guys don't know, dude, if you haven't heard, Celtics. The next great production start. Your next great production starts here. So we're gonna log in here and look at the old Batman script. I have it printed out somewhere, but I find it easier just to log in and look at the digital copy. Tell Alyssa to pick a number between 1 and 10. 7. Janie's here. Janie's always here, dude. Janie's always hanging out with us, dude. What's up, Janie? She says, hey, Forrest, what's up?
I saw your dragon, Janie.
Yeah, your dragon turned out really nice. You should do more of them. It came out nice.
You
so
should draw like a pink and a purple dragon next. Or like a blue and like purple.
You should draw like a really cute dragon next, like with a big pot belly.
Yes.
With like little tiny wings.
Yes.
Like maybe he's like hiccuping like little fire or something.
Cry.
That'd be sick. Yeah, draw a rock. Woof Woof says draw a rock. If you can draw a rock, you can draw anything. What the? Hey, phone, stand still. Yeah, I've been wanting to draw more recently, but I just haven't really had the time. You know, either I'm hanging out with people or hanging out with Alyssa, or I'm working on these videos. And it's tough to find time to. I could do it if I wanted to, but other things are more important. Okay, let's see. Oh, so it's a shot at Nightwing. Barbara, be careful. Yeah, so this should be a pretty easy shot. It's literally just Nightwing turning around and saying, Barbara, be careful. So we're going to have to go to the audio. We're going to have to export the audio and, yeah, animate the shot. This is our shot from from Monday. Loading it up. McLevin says, Forrest, I can't curse anymore on my YouTube channel. My friend's mom found out I make videos, and she now checks it to make sure we don't curse. My parents don't care if I do, but this is hell.
You don't have to listen to her if she's not your mom.
If she's not your mom, yeah, like why?
If it's just some random friend's mom, like what the fuck? You don't have to listen to whatever she says.
Literally.
If it's not your own mom, you don't have to listen to her.
You don't even really have to listen to your mom. You can just listen to yourself. Be yourself.
I would not. I could see like the social pressure or whatever of like wanting to like please like everyone's moms or like wants everyone's mom to like you know. But like.
Social pressure is bullshit.
It's fine. Do you don't want people fucking.
There's always going to be haters. There's always going to be people who are trying to bring you down in this world. Everyone
There's always
is going to
be someone who wants to control you.
Yeah. And you know what? If she feels so passionately about it, why doesn't she make her own videos where there's no cursing?
Yeah, she should. Then she should like.
She should make her own stuff.
Yeah.
You know, and not worry about so much about what other people are doing.
Exactly.
She can make a family-friendly YouTube channel, and you know, McLovin, don't give in to peer pressure. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Thank God they're changing the Sonic design. Yeah, for real. I'm really happy that they're actually listening.
It's hilarious.
What a blessing. You guys see my like supermodel girlfriend? Look, there she is. Beautiful, stunning. There's my brother and myself. There's Ford and Melissa and the two duders. Mason and Forrest. Look at that. Z3 promo material. That's my brother and his girlfriend Leah. Mason's cat. Some good pictures over here. Yeah, so this is the shot I was working on last Monday. This previous Monday. Just rendering it out right now. Haven't dropped this in the timeline yet. But I think I still have to finish the visual effects for it. Because you'll notice there are the first few frames of the shot. You can see the, right there. You can see the green screen on the laptop hasn't been taken care of yet. So what I'm going to do is add the screen graphic to that. And then I also have to change her like yellow torso. So your torso, her chest is yellow and doesn't match her face, which is, you know, a what do you call it? Flesh tone? I don't like that. Flesh tone though, yeah. And I'm gonna go in and digitally color correct that so it matches, so it doesn't look weird. So yeah, I'm gonna do that for. I mean, this will probably take me a while, but I'll just do that. Let these comments roll in. Let you people, you know, hang out. Maybe I'm speeding up a little bit. Yeah. Just so we can go and load this in the timeline. Good. Yep. Oh, but yeah, how's everyone doing tonight? Is everyone doing all right? I hope so, hopefully. yeah. Let me get started on this. Hi, Forrest. Thank you for the kind words in the last stream. Tomorrow is my birthday. Have a good night, bro. You and Alyssa are the best. Thanks, Jose. Happy birthday. You're the best. Get out of here with that. We all know who the best is around here. It's Jose. He's a sweetheart. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and pull in the asset, which is a I think I called it computer screen. It's just like a screen with a bunch of graphics on it, like, you know, dials and things, like hackery type things. Bab's computer screen, yeah. So we pull in this asset, drop it in. It looks pretty good. We gotta track it onto this footage though. That's the trick. So yeah, let's render this out. Nick Levin says, I sat for 3 hours at school today watching a basketball game. My back hurts so bad from being hunched over. Yeah, it'll happen. You gotta get one of those upright goes, man. Void wants to have updates on ZU3. We haven't really done much on ZU3 for the past few months. We shot about half of it, but recently I've just been focusing on this Batman video. And once this is done, then I can move on to shooting the rest of Zombie Universe. Are you hungry, babe?
Are you hungry? A little bit.
I really want Chick-fil-A.
It's like midnight. What do you propose we do about our hungry situation?
I want Chick-fil-A, and I want to use some zesty buffalo and Polynesian sauce.
We'll get Chick-fil-A tomorrow. I've been really wanting Wingstop.
Yeah, me too.
I was gonna, like...
How late is Wingstop open?
Like...
Till 1?
Maybe. Maybe, like, probably like 11. Here, Google it right now.
You Google it. No, okay, I'll Google it.
I don't have my phone. Oh, I do. It's right there.
Wingstop hours. Open to 12.
Will you out tomorrow?
Yeah, I guess. That's what we're gonna have to do. Man, I really need a shower.
Me too.
You're clean.
No, I'm not.
Forrest, I'm sorry that I unsubscribed your first channel and started subscribing to you. What? Forrest, I'm sorry that I unsubscribed your first channel and started subscribing to you. I don't know what that means. But I like your first channel and I'll still watch your videos and I won't subscribe from you again. That's all fucked up, but I think I get what he's trying to say. I just hit my toe. Ow. That's not painful. Okay, so what I'm gonna do here. I'm going to go ahead and do a preliminary track on this footage. We're going to create a new null object. We're going to go into our tracker box, hit track motion. I'm going to track the rotation and the scale and the position of these tracker marks on this screen. We're going to align our footage to that, but it doesn't end there. There's going to be a lot more work after that. Doing her computer screen is nice. It's not very difficult. It just takes time because you have to make sure it looks right for all the frames and everything. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So I put this tracker right there. Click the box for rotation and scale. Creates this new box. We bring this one out. I want to track this other X down here. I'm gonna go track this area right here. So the next frame. It's taking forever. I feel like I should just like purge. I'm just gonna go ahead and purge everything. Purge. All memory and disk cache. Get a fresh start. Hey, I'm back. Alright, Forrest, we can animate together like you said. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do these effects first, but then I'll start on the shot. Because this Nightwing shot should literally take me like 10 minutes to animate. I just have to, but you know, setting it up will probably take like half an hour. But I have to, I want to finish the effects on this shot first, and then load it into the timeline, and then export the the audio. So that should take up the next few hours at least. All right, go ahead and track. Press play on the track. I'll grab this data.
What do you want to do about food?
I guess we'll just cook ramen.
We're gonna make pizza.
Ooh, pizza?
Mm-hmm. I can make a sweet potato too.
Sweet potato?
Yeah.
No, I'd rather have pizza.
I could do both.
Do you know how to make pizza?
I can do the sweet potato part, and then you can do the pizza part.
We can't cook pizza and sweet potatoes at the same time.
Oh yeah, you're right.
We only have one stove.
We can eat pizza, and then I'll make sweet potatoes after, just for fun.
I'd kind of rather just have ramen.
Really?
Do you want pizza really bad?
Yeah. I've had ramen,
Had a lot of ramen recently.
like exclusively ramen, like.
I feel that. All right, I'll make you a pizza.
Are you gonna eat some?
Yes, I will eat the pizza. There we go. Now we're tracking. Oh, lost our track there. Starting to get a little wild, a little crazy.
How many people are watching?
14.
Oh.
Well, that's what happens when you start at midnight.
Well, I meant like there's 14 people watching. It's like
Yeah.
That's so sweet.
That is sweet. Yeah, I mean, I'd like it to be more, honestly, but 14's better than 2. Thanks for everyone who's joining in. I mean, these streams aren't like action-packed, you really have to be like hardcore, about it.
Hardcore ForrestFire fan.
Yeah, or just like animation fan or whatever. I don't know why people watch these streams, personally. I don't know why I do them. They're fun, I guess. They're a good time. I should have started earlier. Come on, big money. Come on. Sometimes it takes a while to track. There we go. Yay. Alright, moving on. So yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. I'll let you guys know how this track is going.
I watched that movie, like Zac Efron, like the Ted Bundy movies.
You watched the whole movie?
Yeah. Well, not the whole movie. I watched like the first hour of it. I still have like 45 minutes left to go.
Is it out?
Yeah, it's on Netflix.
You know what's also out right now? Lego Movie 2.
Oh. But I watched that movie and like I thought it was gonna be like creepy, but like it was confusing to me. I don't know, cause like he kept being like arrested for like these things that he was doing.
Yeah.
Like kidnapping and like raping and murdering like women. He kept getting arrested for it, but then somehow it was always like not in jail. Like he would like be in trial or whatever, and then like the next scene, and he'd be like
out and about.
Yeah, he'd be like in trial. Yeah, and like the next scene he'd be like at a library or like at his like wife's like house or something.
Are you sure it wasn't like a one of those movies that's like plays around with like time and stuff?
No, I don't think it was because like no, it wasn't that weird because like when he was like with other people, like with his wife or whatever, like they were talking about like
the trial.
Yeah.
He had a wife.
Yeah, he had a wife and a stepdaughter. Like his wife had like a 2-year-old like baby girl like when they met.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Was he hot?
Ted Bundy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he's played by Zac Efron, and that's like a thing throughout the whole movie. Was like they're like he'd walk past like a group of like girls girls or like women or whatever, and they'd all like look at him and like wave and like smile. Like they were like everyone thought he was just like super hot. But that's what made it like spooky or whatever, because he was like
Some kind of psychopath.
yeah, and like because like he would like be dancing with like women or whatever at like a club, and then like the next it would like cut to like a newscast or whatever, like that was like what 20-year-old like someone like killed like you know like in her like dorm or something.
Was
like,
it was it a good movie?
I mean, it was just a lot of like talking, and like I thought it was gonna be more about like
The murders.
yeah, and then it was a lot of like his relationship with his wife
Oh.
and stuff. Like
Yeah, I don't know if we should make movies about like glorifying like serial killers.
yeah,
I feel like that encourages more people to like be serial killers.
and like girls would like come to his like cases or whatever. Like they would like drive from like far away to like go watch his like trials because I thought he was like cute. Like that was a part of the movie. Like
Nice. Yeah, I heard about the movie. I haven't seen it though. How are you watching it on Netflix?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
that's what I was watching earlier.
Zac Efron's such a fucking hunk, dude.
Mhm. I wish he was taller though.
Is he not tall?
No,
How tall is he?
he's like 5'8" or something.
5'8"? Not very tall at all.
He's like Zendaya is like taller than him.
What?
Mhm.
Ew.
If he were like taller, he would be like perfect.
Literally. I guess we can't have everything. Hold on, he can't be 5'8". Heights. 5'8". That is short. That's crazy short. Zendaya's 5'10". That's radical, dude. Whoa, what do you guys think about that? Janie says she saw that movie yesterday. What did you think of it, Janie? Did you like it? Should I watch that? Should I finish it with Alyssa? What's the movie called?
Like extremely wicked and vile or something like that.
Ah.
It's right here. Oh, maybe it's not.
Extremely wicked, shockingly evil, and vile.
Mhm.
Nice.
But yeah.
Nice. Master Builder Jai says he's 5'3". 5'3"? How old are you? You probably still have some growing to do.
Yeah, definitely. I like how when something like surprises or shocks us, we like just say it again, but like louder. Like 5'3".
She says she would recommend watching it. Okay. I'll give it a go. I'll give it a look-see. It's on Netflix, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, so if you guys can see what I'm doing right now. I'm going through frame by frame, and I'm adjusting this setting on After Effects called Corner Pen. And basically it allows you to kind of manipulate the, the computer screen, which is a moving image, which is a video that I've exported. And so you can kind of track it on there. So it just requires a lot of kind of like, manipulation. And you see the green screen's kind of like off a little bit, so I'm kind of having to compensate for that somewhat. But basically I'm tracking it on first, and then I'm going to pull a key on the green screen so that the actual laptop itself is overlaying on top of the image. So that we don't have stuff like that, or just, but yeah, it's turned out pretty well so far. Okay, my friend, You wanna cut me in, but I hate to tell you that it just won't happen. So thanks, but no, I think I'm good to go. 'Cause I quite enjoy the life you say I'm trapped in. Now I admire you, and that whole show you do. You're onto something, really it's something. But I live among the swells and we don't clean up peanut shells. I guess I'll leave that up to you. Don't you wanna get away from this something, something? Life you gotta play, 'cause I got what you need and I don't wanna take a ride. I wanna see the other side. That might have been my favorite movie from last year.
I thought it was 2017.
It might have been. I always think movies came out like a minute ago, but a lot of times it's like, nope, it came out like 3 years ago. Thanks, but no. Yeah, thankfully, like, there's only a few frames here that I really have to track, and then she kind of turns the laptop back towards the camera. Forrest, I'm 5'3", and I turned 14 like a week ago. I'm still growing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're good. You're still growing. See, I stopped growing. Unfortunately, I'll only ever be 6'2". Sad. My dreams of being 7-foot Goliath have been crushed.
7 feet.
I wanted to be taller than the mountain on Game of Thrones. I wanted to be kind of like a freak. Like when I walk into a room, like everyone's just like scared of me. I wanted to be a 350-pound bodybuilder, 8 foot tall, all muscle. But unfortunately, my dreams have been dashed by my inferior genes. You think I'm pretty funny, huh? Like sometimes I'll just say like the stupidest shit, and Alyssa will like laugh, and I'll be like, oh, like yeah, like okay, it's working. Like I was just saying stupid shit. I didn't actually think anyone was gonna find that funny. Alright, I'll go make that pizza. Got this new Batman and Harley Quinn comic book at Barnes & Noble recently.
Barnes & Noble in California.
In California.
Sorry.
Oh, that's okay. Now I admire you, and that whole show you do. You're onto something, really it's something. Oh wait, that's the timer. Come on. Let's get this shit open.
Don't mean to vlog you.
Yeah, thanks, babe. Oh, look at this cake I got from my mom. Mother's Day. The day of mothers.
I like reading the comments.
Yeah, it's fun, right? Kind of want like a snack. Do we have any snacks? Snack. I'm down for a snack right now. I want some popcorn.
I don't think we have snacks.
I know there's some candy in the car.
Oh yeah, go get it. Starbursts.
No, it's okay.
Look at
There's still some cheeses in here.
look at our May calendar.
Now watch me whip. Now watch me nay. What's that?
I'm just showing them our calendar for
Oh
May.
yeah, May. 14 is cage. We can just leave this open.
Okay.
Is it kind of cold in here to you?
No.
No?
You want me to turn on?
Yeah. Either turn off the cool air or turn on the heat. Yeah, I'm in love with Pusheen too. I'm obsessed with Pusheen. Pusheen's my idol. I wish I could be Pusheen. But I know that's never gonna happen. So cute. Looks so cozy. I love how Pusheen's all cozy all the time. I was at the end of the... Yeah, I guess that's the end of the track. Sweet. Looks pretty good. Now we can pull a key. We should listen to like a podcast. Oh yeah, let's listen to this one. Ask Reddit.
Mhm. I have some Ask Reddits like.
What about men baffles you the most? Women of Reddit, what about men baffles you the most? That your penis really does have a mind of its own. It's crazy how it just gets hard whenever it feels like it. It baffles me that your ball sacks are always moving. I've seen one, once. The skin is just moving all the time. WTF? Edit. I lied. I see sack on the daily. I mean the skin moving. A man's need to stand up and pee is awe-inspiring. I am an ICU nurse and have seen men try to rip out breathing tubes, IVs, pull themselves up when paralyzed, all in the name of standing up to pee. Sir, you have a catheter and means nothing to a man who feels the need to stand up and pee.
Is this music
How their
copyrighted?
balls manage to age
I'm worried about
quicker.
this music. I don't want to get this.
That one's not a very good video.
It's like a different voice than usual.
Mhm.
It's like a weird, like deep voice. All right, let's listen to some script notes. McLovin says he's 5'3". Oh shit! McLovin says he's 5'3" and a half.
5'3.5".
So I'm still growing. My dad is 6'3", so I'm hopeful. Hell yeah, dude. You'll at least be 6'3". Hopeful. Hope. Alright, I'm gonna see if I can pull a nice key here. With should I use color key? Yeah, I guess I'll use color key. Should probably where my upright go. I'm gonna get a I'm gonna create a new invention called upright flow. And it tells you when you need to change your tampon. You wear it inside your coochie.
And it buzzes.
And it vibrates whenever you need to swap your tampon out. Upright flow.
That'd be. That'll be so good.
Right?
Never spill ever again.
Don't ever worry. Don't even fret. Don't even trip. Matte choker. So I'm pulling a color key, but I want to pull a little matte here. A little choke. 12. Yeah, there we go. That's better. Soften that up by like 33. soften that up by like 44. Nope, that's too much. 11. Yes, 33. No, 0. Looks pretty good. Happy with that? Yeah. Whoa, sorry, I keep dropping this phone. But you'll see here. So we have, you know, this is obviously just the track, you know, right? But what we're trying to do here is create an overlay using the green screen. That overlay goes on top of the image, and then we can track. I'm about to get rid of these little X's, you know, later on using like paint or whatever, these X's. But for now, what we're doing is we're doing basically a cover so that the screen is integrated into the shot. So it looks, you know, natural. Let's go. Seriously. I'm gonna go ahead and put this on the little guy here. And I can't wait for you guys to see this video. It's gonna be really something special. There we go. I didn't know you could zoom in like that. Look at that, babe. That's cool. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna put this over here, so it's not in my way. Yeah, all right, here we go. How's the Batman vid going? It's going well, man. I'm working on it right now. I'm doing some visual effects. Pretty much every shot's a visual effects shot. There's always something going on. It's really jam-packed. Ooh, there's 2 new episodes. Notes on Notes and the Curated Craft Compendium. John and Craig present a special clip show with craft-focused segments handpicked by Alina Brosh McKenna. We'll start by asking where to begin and explore how to enter the story. Oh, so it's not even a real episode. It's just like clips from like old episodes. Okay, let's listen to Notes on Notes. Let's
We should
go.
watch like Ethan and Ela.
Ethan and Ela? Okay. What do you want? What do you want to listen to?
Or just like anything from them.
A podcast from Ethan and Ela? I feel like we'd learn more listening to script notes, but Ethan and Ela are definitely more fun.
Yeah, I like never understand like a word like anyone says on script notes.
Today we're talking about the Guild. It's like, oh no, here we go.
Have you guys ever browsed Instagram and wondered why everyone looks so beautiful? Why does everyone have such a perfect life? Why is everyone having so much fun, has perfect skin, is always laughing and smiling? Why is my life so boring as I sit here in my underwear covered in breadcrumbs, sad and alone? Why? I'll tell you why. Because they're faking it. We need to understand collectively, nobody's that happy. We are all miserable. They're just so much better at faking it.
No,
And you know
I'm
what
not
they're
happy.
doing? They're making all this feel even worse. That's why today I am proud to present to you one of the best subreddits.
Guys, like, I'm so happy right now. Like, literally. Like, Alyssa's my whole world, and I get to make awesome videos for the internet. Like, I'm living my best life right now. This is fucking lit.
Yeah, I don't know what Ethan's fucking going on about.
I think he's just being dramatic.
Yeah.
But, like, honestly, like, I mean, yeah, like, we're just really blessed. Like, we've been given such great opportunities in life. Ooh, the pizza's ready to go in.
Sorry.
Move your body. Here we go. Putting the pizza in. I mean, what more can you ask for? You got pizza, you got, you know, cute babe in the other room, got a successful YouTube channel. Shit. Shit. Ugh. There we go. Damn it. I'm trying to hold my phone and fold this at the same time. The stove's really hot. Son of a bitch. Babe, I need help. Okay. Gonna do the perfect fold. Nope, that wasn't perfect. Ow. Burning myself. All right. Pizza's going in.
Ew. Look at this hunk right here. Look at this whole babe.
Thanks, babe. That's you, honey. Look at this whole baby here. All right, back to work. I need a haircut bad. Forrest the new Gordon Ramsay. No, I'm not swole enough for that. I love that t-shirt, Forrest. Have you watched the Punisher series? No, not really. But I do like this t-shirt too, thank you. It's so cold in here, babe.
I turned off the air.
I'm so burnt. I need to like wear like a robe or something. I'm gonna wear your robe, okay? Perfect. Alright, here we go.
Edits in the game. Instagram reality, where they take a snippet from someone's Instagram or social media and
Ew.
show you the actual reality behind the
Ew.
post. Today, I guarantee you
Wait, let
that
me
you will
see
be
that
feeling
again.
better, more confident. We need to embrace that and lift ourselves up. That's why today I am proud to present to you one of the best subreddits in the game, Instagram reality, where they take a snippet from someone's Instagram or social media and show you the actual reality behind the post. Today, I guarantee you
cares?
that you will be feeling better, more confident. We need to embrace that and lift ourselves up in the knowledge that we are all ugly, pathetic monsters that just want to eat McDonald's every day. So this is a shot of people from Coachella this year. This is a dystopian future. Everybody's gone to this event, but they're not really there to be at the event. They're there to get pictures of them at the event. Worth noting, though, that this guy filming is on his phone as well, but, you know, some things are worth capturing. If you're an influencer that does not go to Coachella, do you actually
A lot of
exist?
phones. It'd be cool to go to
This
like
is
a
picture from
Coachella
California,
where they
super
like
glowing,
ban
like,
phones.
like fields of massive amounts of golden poppies flowing, and these beautiful, wonderful Instagrammers have taken upon themselves to get these very beautiful photos. Unfortunately, once they get up, they have completely ravished the flowers on which they were laying. Yes, she did destroy this flower field, but if she didn't take the photo, does it exist? Every time an Instagrammer tramples a field of flowers for a selfie, an angel actually loses its wings. I think this is the exact moment that God forsake us. Now, Bieber was photoshopped here for Calvin Klein. His hands are bigger. His neck is bulging, massive. And they made his package like, he's got like a 12-incher, dude. Did they really have to Photoshop a freaking cow hoof in your pants, bro?
That's so
Somehow
funny.
nobody has pores except me and you, right? I mean, my skin's messed up when you see it up close, but here's Justin Bieber. He's got acne like all of us. It's okay to have pimples on your face. That's just the human condition. I don't know why God cursed us to have blackheads and pimples I mean, it seems pretty cruel to do that. I don't get it anywhere else in my body. Why is it that I have to get it on my face, the most important place that I want my face to be clean? But everybody's got it. This is Harry Styles. I mean, yeah, he's a young man. He's got pimples on his face. That's how it works. So the next time you see a greasy, pimply, black-headed face in the mirror, don't feel so bad. Because all these people you look at Instagram, our faces are just as messed up as yours, dude. This is why I love this. This is the same person on the same day wearing the same outfit. Whenever I see something like this, I'm like, listen, you can fool the whole world, but you can't fool yourself, man. The one on the left is in the VIP area. The one on the right is in the P area. I don't know what that means. One on the left looks like she's at Coachella. The one on the right looks like she's at Nochella. Again, I'm not trying to shame her because I think her body is totally fine and she should embrace that. But that is not you. The one on the left is on the beach. The one on the right just washed up on the beach. Sorry, again, I'm not trying to shame anybody. I'm just saying, come on, people. Let's get a grip here.
What?
Yeah. This girl is the spokesman of Instagram reality. Why are you even a model if you're gonna modify your looks that much? It's like from beauty queen to WWF wrestler in 2 seconds. You cannot Photoshop your heart and soul. Remember that. This girl tried to use a face filter on Instagram and her phone blew up. Here's another one of her. She is the best. Isn't she not the best? Would people even recognize her?
You can tell like the original photo is like totally fucked up.
Unrecognizable. This is Coachella versus throwing down in the McDonald's parking lot at 3 a.m. This is Coachella versus World Star Hip Hop. No! That cannot be the same person. Dude, Coachella versus Open Casket Funeral. Oh damn, Tana's looking pretty good these days. Oh. I can't believe it's the same day. She looks like a Twinkie. This is what TanaCon was promoted as and what TanaCon ended up actually being. Now that is natural beauty.
Forrest, can you find my 8th new phone charger for this month? They keep breaking and I don't know why.
At its finest. Girls,
Yeah, that's a problem.
if your hand doesn't look like
Sorry
a
to hear that.
question mark, then you are not beautiful. Kylie Jenner, here, that's the same person. Believe it or not, that is the same person. Unhypnotize yourself, if you would please, and realize that this is the very same person, the same haircut, the same style. It's all there. What's the difference? NASA was working around the clock on this Photoshop on the left. And while we're on the topic of the Kardashians, I have to show you this. I know it's a fad for all these girls to have big asses, and that's fine. Nothing wrong with a big, beautiful, natural tuchus, as my mom says in Yiddish. But here, I want you to see what these ass implants actually look like. I hope that the women who are watching this video feel better about this.
None of those pictures look
Nothing wrong with cellulite. Cellulite is beautiful. It's a part of everyone's body. Since when are we pretending like cellulite doesn't exist? The truth is, we are all disgusting, nasty monsters with black heads and white heads and nasty dimpled asses. This is what it is. We're all disgusting. Oh, I curve space-time. Big deal. You're not kidding anyone with that gravitational pull. Please. Whatever. Tana, what are you doing? Oh my God. It's so messed up because Tana's got these young, impressionable audience that's going to look at this and really get messed up over it because it's just messed up to show yourself like a beautiful mermaid when in actuality you're more a manatee. She's spent her time grazing in the ocean, not freaking hanging out on boats. That's not her natural habitat. And I'm sorry if that comes off as rude, but I don't like what she's doing, but that's not right. I'm ugly and fat, okay? You gotta work with what you got here. We're not fooling anybody. So this girl apparently is known on Instagram for having like being thick, you know? And my goodness, just looking at this, there's nothing real. Actually breaks my heart, you know? Because I know plenty of guys out there that would look at that girl on the left and be like, boom! You know what I mean? We're guys. We put our dick in a meat grinder if it, had a chance of feeling good. Little known fact is that Jesus invented the Instagram filter, so there you have it. This one specifically cracks me up because they went through the trouble of photoshopping out the lines on her hands. Like, is there nothing left that we can't not feel insecure about? I don't think that building's up to code. Is that the Leaning Tower of Pisa or the Colosseum? I'm not gonna say anything about the first lady because I respect the office. All I will say is, in the words of her, be best. And if being best means dedicating an entire wing of the NSA to Photoshop your pictures, then so be it. Be best. What did you even do? What am I even looking at? You poor woman. How is this better than the original? Oh, it looks like you have some degenerative disease. What have you done? Mamma mia, that's the spicy meatball. Don't feel, I want you to look at this and feel better. If you saw this girl on the left on Instagram, would you feel insecure? No, because that's what a real person looks like. I mean, what the hell? I want you watching right now to know that there's plenty of guys out there that would go, dinner time. Ah, you know? Meanwhile, you know what Chloe's thinking right now? She's going, I wonder, can I Photoshop my soul? Okay, okay, on this one exception, I will admit the cat on the right does look better. Yes! Oh, that's so good! Her freaking eyebrow is on her hat, dude. It's like an anime character.
What?
How do you even end up photoshopping your eyebrow through your hat? Dude, how's everybody just chilling at the pool and calm like this? Buildings are twisting and turning like Inception. Those asses are so fine, they actually have a gravitational pull. And finally, I would like to show you guys the family that started it all before they discovered Instagram, cosmetic surgery, or any of these beautiful things that now define our era. Take a look at this ordinary family. A family like millions you've seen. My, how they've changed. My, how they sure have changed. Wowee. How can I show myself looking like this? I must have the worst skin and the worst about to sink. Look, you can even see little blackheads coming out of my skin. It's foul. You see that? It's disgusting. Hey guys, welcome today to my vlog. Hope you're having a great day. It's really sunny in here, so hope you don't mind me turning the exposure up all the way.
Literally.
There's nothing I can do. It's just super bright. So guys, let's go get started my perfect day. Let's go be beautiful together, okay? We're all beautiful, perfect skin.
Almost done with this visual effect here.
Timely Studio says he's supposed to be getting ready for school, but he's watching this instead. Get ready for school! I didn't start doing these earlier. Get ready for school.
What time is it?
Jeez, it's 1.
What time is it for boys getting ready for school?
Did you just assume his gender?
Didn't you say it?
Hey, just because I assumed his gender doesn't mean it's okay for you to assume his gender. Okay. Yeah, what time is it for you? Dude. When you guys see this visual effect, it's gonna blow your mind. Since you've been gone away, I've been missing you, missing you. Since you've been gone. Nowhere home. shit's gonna blow your guys' minds. Just wait. Here's a question. How excited are you guys for The Lion King? Which one are you more excited for? The Lion King or Aladdin? I'm excited for both of them. But I feel like Lion King is going to be excellent. I mean, Aladdin's could probably be pretty good too. But I'm curious to hear your thoughts. Which one do you think is going to make more at the box office? So I have a feeling that Aladdin's going to make more. But I could totally be wrong. What do you think, babe?
Probably Lion King.
Think the Lion King's going to make more at the box office?
Mm-hmm. Sometimes like the Aladdin looks cool, but then the other times it looks really like cheesy and like bad.
But does the Lion King have Will Smith?
I don't know. I just think like the Lion King just looks like all around like amazing.
And remember how they made Black Panther and all the black people saw it?
Mm-hmm.
It's like the same thing with like Aladdin.
Ah.
Like, how many other movies are there for like, Arabic people?
Mm-hmm.
Not that many. Certainly not on this scale.
Mm-hmm.
So it might be like the new like movie to go see if you're like, Muslim or whatever.
Yeah. You're right.
I don't know, it's hard to say. Maybe Lion King will totally win in a landslide. I just have a suspicion that Aladdin's going to do very well. Lion King might make more money. The original was a gigantic success. Yeah, that's true. I feel like more people know about Lion King than they did the Aladdin movie. But, I mean, they're both, like, pretty equally popular, I feel like. Aladdin because memes. Yeah, like, honestly, like, when there's memes about a movie, I feel like it helps the movie. Like, with this new Sonic movie, like, I feel like because they're doing this whole redesign, it gets it so much more press, and people are making memes out of it, and people are talking about it so much more. But I almost feel like it's going to be more successful because of that. Maybe I'm off base, but I think that's my feeling. Someone said the B movie. Pretty much everybody's saying Lion King. Okay, I did the visual effects. Now I just have to go into the original file and paint out those X's, which will take a second. I'm rushing because I'm very late because I'm determined to watch this live stream. Don't worry, they happen every Monday and every Wednesday every week, so you're not missing. If you miss one or two, you're not missing a whole lot. I'm just sitting here working. You can't put your whole life on hold just for these live streams. You gotta go to school. Yeah, watch it in school, says McLevin. Master Builder, you're already done animating? I feel like you were only animating for like 20 seconds. Maybe it was a short shot. He says he's done animating for the day. Now he's gonna put some VFX. Animations should take you longer than that, honestly, unless it was a really short shot. Thomas Klepper says ZU3. Yeah, it's in production. You bet. Dude, wow, it's already been 18 minutes. It's literally insane.
Can you think it work for like
2 more minutes?
Yeah, like 5 more minutes?
5 more minutes?
Okay, maybe like 3.
You want to burn the pizza, babe?
Well, I just want it to be like crispy.
Okay, I'll leave it in there for 3 more minutes.
Because usually it's pretty like
Usually you're pretty soft. Yeah, that's right, I said it. Doing something. I'll show you what I'm doing. So I'm going in and I'm painting these X's out. It's a fun part of the job. It's a nice paint action. Webhead wants help. He says, Shrek, it hurts. My pants broke. My pants broke. Shrek is love. Shrek is life. He says, it hurts. Help. Help me. What is it, Webhead? Sam wants to know, what are your thoughts on Audrey Studios? I think Jonathan's awesome. I always love it whenever he puts out a new video. He's really funny and really talented. Really genuine guy. All around good natured dude, from what I've seen. Hope to meet him one day. That'd be cool. Pizza really wants to get taken out. I really want to watch the Lego Movie. I wish I could on the stream, but I can't. With all the copyrighted shit. That's alright. I'll live. Since you've been gone, I've been missing you. I'm gonna take a pizza out.
Sure.
You can grab the phone and follow me.
Oh, yeah.
Or the room window. Show them out. He's being kind of shifty and aggressive towards our guests, so I put him inside the cage. Perfect.
Pizza.
Damn it. They've been fucking this up.
It's okay. I believe in you.
Thanks. It's extra slidey today. There we go.
Good job, honey.
Thanks.
Jesus.
That's kind of loud. Alright. Do a good job in cutting.
Ooh, yes. Look at that. I'm so excited to eat this.
Yes. All right.
Good job, honey.
Thanks. Can I have that one?
Thanks, honey. Ooh, look at my pizza. Look what Forrest just made.
Made it myself. Harvested the grain. Milked the cows and created the cheese. Oh yeah. Did it all. You guys are in for a treat. You get to watch us eat pizza on camera live. Man,
Mukbang.
I really, yeah, mukbang. I really wanted to do the, really want to watch the Lego movie.
Watch it.
I can't.
Copyright?
Copyright. What should we watch? Something that's not copyrighted. Something that's not copyrighted.
I'm gonna fill this up.
Looks disgusting. How much do you think they actually care about making this 100% real?
None, they don't care at all. We've seen some reaction videos from other professionals in the field. We thought it'd be really cool to do one of our own. So we're just a bunch of VFX artists that getting together to talk about visual effects and the best shots, the hardest shots that maybe you didn't know were so hard, the shots that didn't look so good after all.
We'll give you our perspective and maybe you'll learn something.
Hopefully. I figured I just had to say something to say anything.
Starting off Game of Thrones.
The giant effects in Game of Thrones are by far some of the best visual effects ever done. So here is a giant walking through water. The water splashes are perfect. There is so much complexity in the movement and motion that you basically have to simulate millions of particles. And somehow he's interacting with the water. The splashes are perfect. And the camera's halfway in the water, and I have no idea how they did the shot. Look at that!
Because they figure out like the exact perspective the camera needs to be. They basically scale the entire scene and they film him separately on a green screen. Combined with the fact that he's already a very large dude.
There's two ways you deal with compositing when you have people. One, they're either filmed on a green screen or a blue screen, and you tell the computer that the green is transparent or the blue is transparent. And the computer does its best to kind of figure that out. The other way you do it is you hire a big team of people to sit there and cut everything out frame by frame by drawing a mask on it. We're not even mentioning the fact that there's skeletons climbing up them, full CG characters. That's just a side thought.
They probably had to animate the skeletons on top of his like CG double,
Yeah.
which is over top of his actual body.
Dude, I thought this scene was glorious. I loved it.
I mean, it looks very painterly, but it doesn't look real.
I mean, because there's nothing like it's tough to make a dragon look real because there's no such thing.
What about
See,
that?
that's tough too.
So it's the contact shadows there, and that's always been a struggle. Is like the floating hand effect. You know,
Yeah.
it's like you got to try to get the shadow just right.
It's beyond the shadow too. It's like the motion of the hand. Like, if the motion's not really touching something, and it can't rest on something, it looks funky. But this is pretty good.
Contact shadows are being cast from light still, and in this case, there's still a dome of sky above him, which is what's causing the light, and the dragon's blocking half of it. So the contact shadows should only be really getting a directional soft light from the side and the top. It shouldn't be just an even blur all around his fingers. It's like, you'll see the shadow on the top and the bottom of his fingers, and the shadow should really only be on the bottom of his fingers.
We're literally talking about the compositing. One tiny stage of an entire workflow and pipeline is actually like pretty
You
great.
know what they're missing right here? They're missing the wind from the dragon's wings as it flaps away in the bushes and whatnot.
Yeah.
Because if we're talking about realistic with that, one swipe of the wings, both of those actors would be flying away. That's how much thrust.
I don't know about flying.
Absolutely.
I don't know about
This is the problem, is like, you're simulating, not only are you simulating the wind on the dragon's skin, but also how it folds and how it stretches and how it wrinkles and how the light passes through it, and then how it influences the grass and how it's influencing the dust and how it's influencing the actors' costumes. And that's just, it's too much. It's just too much. It's impossible. Unless everything is CG, it's too much. Oh my
Dude,
goodness.
Dragonheart.
Is this more Game of Thrones?
Dragonheart!
This is a classic movie.
This movie is
Is it old?
23 years old.
Oh, the original. I was confused at the time between Dragonheart and Braveheart. Like, were they the same thing? It looks pretty good. I mean, the animation's a little clunky. There's a lot of mass. And once again, it comes down to physics. If you can't just physically...
I can't watch this. What are we gonna watch, baby? Catastrophe. Webhead's going to bed. Man. Alright, this stream's basically over now. Good night, Webhead. Thanks for joining in tonight. Unique ideas this year. Funny Man's also going to bed? Oh no. We're down to 8 viewers, guys. It's okay. This isn't one of the highlight live streams for sure. This live stream is not even close to one of the best. What do you want to listen to, Ken? Want to listen to the Russo Brothers? No? Future of the MCU?
Much of that film is his.
Maybe he just put it on his resume.
Exactly, maybe he just did. So he did, he worked
You'll
on,
see Mr.
he was in Wide Earp.
Janie's going to bed too?
Barboy.
Man.
Okay, Barboy, why not?
Barboy, yeah.
We're
So he
fucked
did an
now.
acting role.
Oh yeah, Mr.
Uh,
Atheist?
he-
Yeah, that's a good idea, babe. Alright, we're gonna watch fucking Mr. Atheist, dude.
Janie. I don't think Janie's here.
Well, she's gotta go to bed. I mean, we can't keep people up all night. God is Gray, a Christian vlogger who isn't awful. Okay, cool.
You have likely heard me say time and time again that I care a lot more.
Dude, Jimmy, he fucks, dude. Just so you know, his sexual libido is very high. McLovin's still here. Lit.
About how people treat each other than whether or not they actually believe in God. And to that end, today I'm going to be introducing you to an actual Christian YouTuber, somebody who I think treats other people well, and we're going to be having a discussion and try and challenge each other a little bit. But first of all, I'm Mr. Atheist. Let's do this. For nearly daily atheist content, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss an episode. Let's get started, and let me start off by introducing you to my friend Brenda, who runs the channel God is Gray. Brenda, won't you say hello and tell people a little bit about your channel?
Hi, beautiful people. My name is Brenda Marie Davies. I am the proud founder, creator of the channel God is Gray, where I advocate for intellectual, free-spirited, sex-positive, science-affirming, LGBTQ-affirming Christianity.
Brenda's channel is one that was actually sent to me time and time, literally over and over again. I don't know if I've gotten more requests for me to review a channel than God is Gray. And initially I thought it was people looking for me to go over there and find things to attack and find things to disagree with. But at the end of the day, the things I disagree with Brenda on are really entirely related to her belief in God. The way she treats people, the way she applies her religion, the way she is seemingly a humanist above all else is something I really like. We don't disagree on much, but if we did a video on all the things we agreed on, no one would watch it, and that wouldn't be interesting. So here's the format we've come up with for today. We are going to ask each other 3 questions, and we'll alternate person to person. And we're going to try and challenge each other on our core beliefs and the things that make us different from each other. We will start with my first question. Brenda, sex positivity is a recurring theme on your channel, which confuses many because you also profess a belief in the Bible. You self-identify as Christian. How do you make these 2 things work with each other?
So I would say one of the main things that God is Gray is about is telling the truth about my own story and encouraging other people to be honest about their own experiences. And there are a lot of books coming out now, people sharing their experiences of how purity culture really harmed them fundamentally, sexually. Linda K. Klein's Pure, for example, was a really powerful book. She studied 12 years the effect of purity culture and, you know, what it did to people. And I experienced that firsthand. So for me, I went on this long journey after my divorce of really figuring out my own sexuality and coming to terms with what I truly believed. And I found that I just resented the fact that people told me I couldn't be a sexually active person, exploring these things, making mistakes even, and not have a relationship with God. And I think that's one of the greatest tragedies of Christianity, that we tell people that God will not want to talk to them, or they have to be separate because they're exploring, or because especially they're LGBTQ, or whatever the case may be. I don't see it reflected in the Bible. Marriage as we have it today doesn't even exist in the Bible. So I just really wanted to encourage people to dive in and to maintain their relationship with God, with the divine, while simultaneously doing these things. Because when we're exploring our sexuality and we're doing it in the dark, or we're doing it with guilt or shame, or we're not being honest about the experiences we're having, people can get really deeply hurt. And I just think the key is to learn sexual integrity over purity. So that's just what I talk about straight up, because 70%, or maybe it's 80% of unmarried Christians are having premarital sex. So whether you think that's right or wrong, that's what's happening, and I think it needs to be addressed in a healthy way.
Okay, and so now, Brenda, you have a question for me, and my understanding is this question is going to get me to question everything I know, and I will be a theist by the time you're done uttering it.
This, I don't know how mundane or clever this is. Probably not clever at all. How did it all begin, though? That's basically the question. Like, the thing I see, and I'm not super educated on my apologetics or my biology, I am learning, but basically, design is something that I see reflected all over the world, and I see no other example in nature where something begins without something instigating that beginning or that start. So why would the creation of the actual universe be the one exception to that? Why would the actual creation have no catalyst?
So I actually can answer that question, and I'm going to do that last. But before I do, I want to address what I think is the core question and the reason why people ask this all the time. And that is simply that people like having an answer, whether or not that is a well-supported answer or an answer like we have for other things where we have mountains of evidence for it. They will take an answer over no answer, which doesn't make the an answer right. Humans are fundamentally terrified of I don't know, but unfortunately we've also become terrified of saying I don't know. And if we look back historically, this was the case with people who invented God's mood being behind the weather, and so many different things that were supposed to be about our reality, that one at a time, a more tried and true method like the scientific method has just knocked those things down. So first of all, the answer to the question, how did it all start, is I don't know. And I became rather comfortable with being able to say I don't know. That doesn't mean I don't think we'll ever know. I actually don't know if we'll ever know. It might be that the origin of the universe is an unknowable question. But if it is an unknowable question, that means the correct answer is I don't know, not this thing from this book, which I'm not even sure we would disagree that a lot in that book turned out to not be correct, turned out to be people's tendency to want to speak from authority and their superstitions. That answer wouldn't be better than just saying I don't know, which I think is the true answer. But relating to your specific question of why would the creation of the universe be the exception, when you talk about cause and effect, that does appear to be a law at play in the universe. But the very important part of that there is the phrase in the universe. And now I'm going to be speaking from something that isn't my expertise, but this is what physicists are talking about. And that is that this idea that things need to have a cause, that's only things within our universe. We don't know about things that precede our universe the way laws and physics, or if these things even existed. And so it's not until the moment the universe is created that we know for certain cause and effect apparently can't be broken. So as far as just, if you're looking for a logical way, I can tell you there is actually nothing illogical, and a lot of people think there is. There's nothing illogical about the idea of something coming from nothing, because for it to be illogical, that would mean nothing has a property that prevents it from becoming something. But
Oh.
if nothing has a property, it ceases to be nothing. We don't even know what nothing means. We don't know what nothing actually is.
Aha.
And so these are fascinating questions that I'm actually excited I don't know the answer to, because I hope they get answered in my lifetime, just as I've been able to experience the excitement of seeing these gravitational waves that Einstein theorized about. I'm getting to watch as we put super heavy things into space and things advance and we learn more about our surroundings. I'm looking forward to learning more, and I don't favor the sort of what I think is often a religious mindset of, I have an answer that's better than the current no answer or I don't know, because it often leads people to stop being curious and to stop looking for those answers. Brenda, my second question for you. Many people have completely different interpretations of the Bible, including fundamentalists and apologists. There's a spectrum of interpreting the Bible. So what do you believe makes your interpretation of the scriptures more valid than any of these other people?
Well, this is why you and I get along so well, because your answer to the last question of I don't know, and, you know, just being real about the idea that people are afraid to say I don't know is very applicable to this question. There's over 33,000 denominations, which just goes to show that people have been arguing over semantics and words and doctrine and theology forever. And I think it sucks, and it's really sad that people decide to part from each other or get in this dualistic attitude of I'm right, you're wrong, you're going to hell, I'm going to heaven, because I really think life is meant to be an exploration and an adventure, and I do that with God. I think it's to align yourself spiritually and to be calling on that higher power to lead you on this exploration, but in doing so, you're supposed to stay humble and open. And I think if more Christians practice that attitude, then nothing would really scare you or shake you, and especially nothing would make you or cause you to treat people with disrespect or to belittle them for what they believe. Because my attitude that I take is these opinions I've been forming over years and years and years. And I would like to acknowledge 1,000,000 times over, I'm not a theologian. I'm not going to be right about everything at all. But I love listening to other people. I love reading books. And I've been reading a lot of books that have been expanding my mind even more deeply. There's a man named Peter Enns that wrote a great book called How the Bible Really Works, and Because the Bible Told Me So. And he really brings up the history and context of the Bible and what people understood in that time. And it's so just awakening to realize the more you know, the more you realize you know nothing at all. And if you look at like Jewish scholars, they are really exemplary of how I believe we should be looking at the Bible as modern Christians. They've always been open to exploring. They're always open to realizing that they're wrong, or even the humility to know that they will never get it perfectly right. I just think I would never say that my doctrine is right. I just also do believe that love is the number one thing. And a lot of my haters go in on me and say that I focus on love too much, and I'm not spending enough time scaring people or reminding them they need salvation. But I really believe that is a personal journey, and that God approaches people in their own time, at their own pace, at their own level of understanding. We all have different life experiences and different upbringings, and we live in different parts of the world. And this very limited, like, doctrinal idea that we keep spitting out on each other just alienates so many different people. You know, if God created the entire world and all of these different cultures, Christians would do themselves such a good service to really embrace that and begin to see God everywhere in that, instead of being so defensive and deciding we have it right. And 33,000 doctrines for Christianity can't agree on it. So just humble yourself and realize that.
All right, Brenda, you have a second question for me.
So do we have spirits, or are we merely composed of personality and mind meeting experience? What's going on?
So I don't believe we have spirits, and I don't see any reason to believe we have spirits. I don't see there to be a good reason that some part of our consciousness exists outside of our brain. And we have a little bit of evidence to this, which is that we've gone through a life of becoming more conscious as our brain develops. And we also seem to have a beginning to our consciousness and our life. So I believe the state we were in before we were born is the state we return to. And as far as I can tell, that doesn't include a survival of consciousness, because I have yet to see any good reason to believe consciousness isn't directly linked to the brain. As far as being like merely, a lot of people will say like merely animals with personalities, they'll use that phrase. I don't think that we have to resort to that being anything you would qualify as merely. I still think that's exceptional and incredible. And when you start to learn the history, the scientific history of our species and the species we've come from, I mean, we're talking about billions of years, and then even beyond that. It took me billions of years and millions of sperm, and mine was the fastest one, somehow. And I'm not remotely athletic, but mine was the fastest one in that group of several million almost people, and I still think that is incredible. So I would never say something like we are merely this, but I do think we are a collection of atoms, and that we will return to a state of non-consciousness at the time of our death, because I don't see any reason to believe that any consciousness exists without a brain. Brenda, my third question for you, and this has to do with your biblical belief, your belief in Christianity, because this is at the core of so many things that I think are problems within religion. So I want to know, and specifically Christianity, but also Islam. So I want to know, do you believe in hell? And if you do believe in hell, who goes there?
This is one of my least favorite questions, always, which is fine. But the reason is because I'm just like, I don't know. Like, you're asking me, who am I? And obviously I grew up in a tradition of being told that hell was exist, being told that hell was like knocking on my doorstep for the most, basic things, like lying about something when you're 8 years old that's quite innocent, and worrying about hell. So I agree with you that the idea of hell being pounded into people can be very detrimental, and I don't see a lot of times where it does people any favors. Like for me, and especially when I meet an atheist like yourself, I see people completely capable of making moral choices, of making the right choice, despite not having a fear of hell. And for me, I don't operate in that fear, or I try not to, even though it creeps in because I've been so indoctrinated by it. It just doesn't feel relevant to me to harp on what's going to happen afterwards. All of that said, I, again, am not a theologian, and I'm pretty sure the majority of Christian YouTubers aren't either. We're just a bunch of, weirdos trying to, project our ideas on the internet. But I am studying people that are smarter and wiser and more studied than myself. Richard Rohr being someone, for example, who's a Franciscan. And I see people that know a lot that don't believe in hell. The new Pope, for example, brought it up as a question. Richard Rohr doesn't believe in it. And furthermore, he also believes that Christians have really formed their idea of hell more so through Dante's Inferno than through the Bible. And he also mentions that Paul never says anything about hell, John never says anything about hell. So personally, I just like that there's a question mark, because I hate imagining hell, and it does seem to contradict with the beauty and light and love that is projected through Jesus and through that redemption. So I would embrace the idea that it doesn't exist, and I would certainly hope that it doesn't exist. And I definitely see the existence of it on Earth.
Let me save you a lot of trouble. It doesn't. It doesn't exist.
When you read it dark enough.
Babe, you ever hear about that hell place? It's lit down there. There's fire, and there's a big red man with a stick, and he pokes you. And there's chains too. It's hot. It's under the earth, babe. Hear about this place? It's not a fairy tale, okay? This place is real.
story on the internet or whatever. It's just like,
Like
I
what?
see hell on earth. I see
It doesn't
demons
exist.
at work on earth, and maybe that's enough.
All right, Brenda, what is
The
your
stupidest shit
final
I've ever heard.
challenging question for me?
I know you'll already have an answer to this, but I'm just curious.
Like,
And I think it's
hell's
something
even
most
stupider than
Christians
heaven.
ask, I'm sure, is whether or not your atheism was simply a rebellion against your upbringing, and more specifically, like everything you debunked about Mormonism itself. Because even though I'm a Christian, which probably isn't fair, I've looked at Mormonism and been like, damn, that's some crazy stuff. So, you know, I'm wondering how much of that, and I'm not implying you're hurt, and that's why. I'm saying, like, actually the fundamentals of that, questioning that, breaking it down. And then the kind of follow-up question is, would you ever be open to having a mystical experience or something specific that would happen that would actually engage you in the idea you might be wrong? Or are you just, like, solidly book closed, no God?
Okay, so I'm going to answer those. I'm going to answer this in pieces in a random order. In that very last bit, am I just solid? There is no God. No. I am an atheist by its colloquial sense. I lack a belief in God. The moment a God is demonstrated to me, and the evidence and the standards of evidence that we use for things in our daily life that we literally take as true. The stove is hot. Evolution occurred. Just to give you a range of one's a lot easier to demonstrate than the other. Once that happens, I'm fully ready to accept a God. Want something that is a standard of evidence that only points to a God and isn't a method of getting to that God that you could use for any religious belief. Which kind of brings it back to the Mormonism and the idea of other people see Mormonism and they go, wow, that's completely crazy. But it's really just completely crazy in that it is different than other religions. Mormonism, in a lot of ways, lives a biblical representation of a church better than most Christianity does, because it has prophets, it has apostles, and it has structures that existed in that church in the Bible, which
Billions
we look
of
at now
sperm.
and like,
Seriously.
ooh, they say they have a prophet, and I 100% agree that they are a cult and that is the correct conclusion to come, but based on what standard? I base my standard on the bite model. Other people just go different, and that's why they're wrong. So I don't actually see Mormonism as crazier than any of these other beliefs, except for that it's pretty well been demonstrated to not be true. Joseph Smith has been demonstrated to be a liar and a con man, and it definitely is a ginormous scam to get people's money, and at one point to get the leadership laid a bunch. In regards to whether or not my turning my back on faith in general and going away from God, my journey out of Mormonism started as a journey trying to run in deeper into Mormonism. Now, I was definitely doing lots of things they considered sin, and I was very hypocritical about sexual actions and telling other people what they should be doing with their body. But when I started to explore the possibility that Mormonism wasn't true, it was after I had been beaten down during this journey to prove any God existed, and to use the same kind of standards we do when we look for things that are definitely and demonstrably true. And so it wasn't just the Mormon God that fell, it was the concept of God in general. And one of the things that actually I was equipped with, by learning that Mormonism was wrong, I got to see more extreme versions of things like confirmation bias and gaslighting, and be able to identify those and learn about those, so that when those things are happening to a lesser extent from other religions, and other religions are using it, and because it's not quite as intense, it's not quite cult level, nobody seems to realize that's what's going on. It did grant me that ability to identify it across the board. And so that is why I am very doubtful that any mainstream religion, really any, will be able to come to me with a standard of evidence that we can both agree on. That me and whoever's presenting it can say, this would point to this specific religion and this specific belief about God to being true. that we'll agree on that and be able to demonstrate it. But if it happened, I would absolutely welcome it. All right, so there are the end of our challenging questions. Before we go, I actually, just to lighten up the mood and have a little bit of fun, we're going to do 3 quick questions just so you get to know Brenda and myself a little bit better. And this all precedes what will happen this Saturday. We will be recording the new episode of Modern Day Atheism, which we record and broadcast out live on Saturday. And then it's available on all podcast platforms. I say all, but it's like Google, iTunes, Spotify, and Stitcher. It'll be available across all of those on Monday. We haven't completely figured out what format we're going to do yet. I think there will be a column portion. But anyway, for the moment, we're going to do 3 more much faster, much quicker questions just to give you a little baseline of who we are. And I will begin since I answered the last one. Brenda, what is your favorite band?
A really huge fan of Filthy Rap, like Waka Flocka and Gucci, but favorite band would be Depeche Mode.
Awesome. And mine's Panic at the Disco. And it has been since I was like 18.
My first question is, would you rather be eaten by a shark or an alligator?
I think an alligator. I think you get a quicker death from an alligator. What about you?
I want shark. I want that quick
Yeah, I go for a shark.
blade.
What would you go for?
I think we just disagree on which one would be faster.
An alligator.
I think that's
Well,
really
why
what it
alligators?
is.
Because I'm
Okay,
terrified of like swimming and like stuck something like in the water, like trying to eat me or something.
Well, I don't think it would be like. It's more like a supervillain has you, and like he like throws you into a pit full of alligators or a bathtub full of sharks. You know.
Oh.
I would definitely want to be eaten by a shark. That'd just be way cooler. Like
No, because then you would still be like in the water, like floating, and like I just hate the idea of like being in water. So yeah, definitely alligator, because it would just be like dry.
Either way, you're gonna die. So like, but like people are gonna be talking about you after. They're like, you know, Alyssa got eaten by an alligator. You know. Would you rather people be like, Alyssa got eaten by an alligator, or would you rather people be like, she got fucking taken out by a shark, man? Like that's more badass. I feel like it's a cooler way to go. What do you guys think? Shark or alligator? That's a good question. I like this guy. This great chick. She's cool. Alright, I think the effect's done. Sweet. Sweet. I'll go ahead and render this out. Webhead says shark. Yeah, it would suck to be in the water though, and be being eaten. Can you say hi to my cousin, Forrest? It might cheer him up. Hello. Hi. Webhead's cousin. Or no, McLevin's cousin, sorry. Hello, McLevin's cousin. Yeah, okay, so, yeah, this is the effect. What? Oh, it's on second. It's on screen for like half a second, but it turned out nice. So you see that screen. So now we've got a perfectly tracked digital screen. Yeah. Now I just have to go in and color correct her chest to match her face, which shouldn't be that difficult. I think I'm gonna get a glass of water. Do you want a glass of water?
Yeah.
Is this your water here?
Yeah, it's my water.
Is that old water though?
No, it's from there. You can have some.
Okay. Man, that's good water. Do 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 do. No, I think I'm okay. Good. Seriously. This has got to be like one of the best live streams I've ever done.
Your baby looks skinny.
Thanks for lying to me, babe.
No, really, like you look skinnier
Than usual?
Yeah.
Nice moan, Forrest. Thanks. Hey, Forrest, did you like Fat Thor? Yeah, I did. That was lit. That was so fun. McLovin says this stream and the one where Alyssa kissed Mackenzie. Yeah, that one was lit, dude. So good. So good.
That was so funny.
That was a good one. I'm tired, man. I shouldn't have waited to do this stream. But, like, what was I gonna do? Like, not have my friends come over? Like, come on. Get real. Sleepy today. Come on. This 4K footage, when you're playing it back in full, sometimes it takes a while to actually load.
Second question for you. Would you rather be able to read minds or teleport anywhere on a whim?
Teleport on a whim. I would never want to know what people are thinking at all times.
And that's all I want to know. I want to know what people are thinking, and maybe it's from insecurity. I don't know, but I would definitely pick mind reading.
Second question, what's your favorite cartoon?
I'm going to get a lot of flack for this, but it's definitely American Dad. It just makes me laugh every time. I watch it. It's, as far as like Netflix to fall asleep to, though it's actually Hulu, it is what I most often watch to fall asleep to.
This isn't of all time, but I really do love Big Mouth. I think it's an important show.
So if you could have dinner with anyone, alive or dead, from history or now, who would it be?
American Dad is terrible. Big Mouth is way better.
I'm gonna go with Oscar Wilde. I love that man.
I am going to do the cliche atheist thing here and definitely go Christopher Hitchens. And you know what? I wouldn't even spend any time necessarily talking to him. Whatever time I'd have, I would give up to let him debate anybody, because I would just love to watch a new Christopher Hitchens debate.
Final question. You can play any character in any movie. What would you choose?
I would want to be the lead on one of the new Game of Thrones spin-offs that are coming. I don't know who the characters are, but I'd love to be involved with not just the storyline of that franchise, but also the paychecks of that franchise. What about you?
Catwoman.
You would?
Yeah. I love that suit.
Which one? Like Halle Berry's?
No, OG Michelle Pfeiffer.
Yeah, OG Michelle Pfeiffer, obviously.
A little one-on-one and you getting to know us a little better. There will be more collabs upcoming, and if you want to get to know more about Brenda and her views and her take on things, her channel is called God is Gray. You can obviously find a link to that below. Otherwise, remember, for nearly daily atheist content, you can hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram and on Reddit if you'd like to suggest new topics. Links to all those things can be found below, as well as a link to my Patreon and other ways you can financially support this channel. Speaking of my patrons, these are them, and they are who keep this channel alive and are so wonderful for doing so. A special thank you to my Orbital Teapots, Mia, Commander Bork, Maya, Caleb, Ariel, Ashley, Sassy Cat, and Lucy. Here are a few video suggestions if you want to support the channel by staying a while. And let's not forget about today's patron of the day, who is Lori. Lori, thank you. With love, Ivan Jimmy Snow, Mr. Atheist was not my father.
Wow. McLovin says, I'm staying till the end, Forrest. How much longer you planning for it, Forrest? I'm staying until you end it. Honestly, I was gonna animate a shot. I was gonna export the audio and animate a Nightwing shot, but feeling pretty beat. I'd rather just go to bed after I finish these VFX. I think, you know, this could just be a VFX live stream where I just show the process of this simple VFX shot, because, you know, it's relatively simple, but it takes, you know, an hour or two. I'm just doing the chest plate, which is not even something I have to do, you know, this whole chest thing, which I'm changing the color, but it just bugs me if her chest is yellow and her face is, and her arms are like, you know, flesh tone. So, it's just this little extra something I'm doing just because it kind of bugs me. I don't think anyone would really care if it was not like that, but, you know, I would care, so I'm going ahead and doing it. I don't know why I'm editing on full. I should probably just edit on quarter. It would make it go by faster. It's being really slow right now. Come on. Come on, let's go. I've got all day. Alright, I think I got this done. Just waiting for this thing to render. We'll be done soon. Yeah, sweets. Alright, cool. This shot is fucking done. Dunzo. Well, there's no mouth animation yet, but I'm saving all that for the end. Once principal photography is wrapped. So let's bring this full screen. How about that? Yeah. Oh. Sweet. Yeah, no problem, McLovin. Hope he feels better in the future. Alright. Yeah, so this is the shot. Yeah, it doesn't even really seem like a VFX shot, you know, but you can see I've color corrected her chest to match her face here. Now the colors match, which looks better. Which I'm doing for every shot with Barbara in it. And then, see I've color corrected the green to be a little more gray for those frames, and then for these frames I've tracked on this image of her computer screen. And yeah, that's about it. It's a really simple shot, really short shot, and a little goodbye in flash. But yeah, she's still being voiced by the 3 monkeys, or the 4 monkeys, not the 3 monkeys. Oh yeah, that's a shot from Monday, edited with visual effects. It looks really overexposed. It always does, but I promise you, it's not. The shot actually looks good. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and end out this stream a little bit early tonight, just because I'm so tired and I want to go to bed. But let me render this first. Add it to the old render queue. Render. And rendering out a 2K version for the edit, but the final video will be in 4K. Just let me resize this real quick. Good timing too, because the stream is almost, or my phone's almost dead. Render. Sweet. Nice. Alright, cool. Yeah, sorry this stream was so late, and I was so tired and uninteresting the whole time, but I will be back. We'll actually catch us tomorrow, Thursday. We're going to be doing a stream on the main channel, which will be a Q&A live stream. That should be pretty lit with Alyssa and myself, I'm pretty sure. And yeah, and then yeah, Monday and Wednesday next week I'll be still working on the Batman video. So yeah, let's go, let's do it. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate you tuning in.